Cause we've been putting in the hour. We only taking what was ours. So you better not be the one to doubt us. Cause we gon' blow your mind. We gon' blow your mind. We gon' blow your mind. Okay, whoa. We've been on the road.
Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and welcome to the Gauntlet. Come on now, keep your head in the game. We've still got time. 5 lives left.
Probably just leave. I see you later. I salute wake. Cop a new crib. Got some new neighbors. You get this big, they gon' want favors. They gon' want flavors. Probably don't. Hope the Lord save us. Wait from these haters. Hope the Lord save us. Wait from these snakes. Wait from these fakes. Wait, I need breaks. Wait, I need cake. How long can we wait? Come on. Better not be the one to doubt us. Cause we've been putting in the hour. We only taking what was ours. So you better not be the one to doubt us. We gon' blow your mind. 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 We gon' blow your mind.
It's not the end of the world, but you're starting to run out of time. You've got 4 lives left. How about this? Do you want me to read the instructions for you? You've got 3 lives left. Just 2 lives left. Keep your confidence. 1 life left. No more lives left.
make no difference.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports.
Larry, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Evergreen State and CenturyLink Field in Seattle, Washington. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the New York Giants and the Seattle Seahawks. What we can see of the ball appears to be teed up and ready to go. And off we go from Seattle. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And Eli Manning and the New York Giants take the field, beating Chicago in windy conditions in New York in Week 11. But through those windy conditions, Manning 227 in the yardage category and 2 touchdowns.
He threw the ball as if he had home field knowledge, didn't he? You know, home stadium knowledge, understanding the wind patterns there. And he gets it in a big way. And Eli Manning has plenty of arm. That's not an issue at all. But you know what I like about his game this year? How he's in lockstep with his head coach, Ben McAdoo, who says, hey, any quarterback that doesn't take risks isn't going to win very many games.
They've got him on a 5-game win streak right now. Here's the former 7th-round pick, Rashad Jennings. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Here we go now with a look at the offensive starters for the New York Football Giants.
And Rashad Jennings, a running back, 7th-round pick when he came out. People tended to overlook him a little bit. But the last half of 2015, when he got the ball full-time, he showed his wares. Over 800 yards, he definitely has a 1,000-yard season in his future.
And ready now for 2nd and 9. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Jennings. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. And credit the tackle to Cliff Averill. And a look at Seattle's defense.
When Bobby Wagner's career is said and done, people are going to look back and say he was an absolute steal in the NFL draft. A Pro Bowl player for any team.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Throwing is Manning on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. They were trying to get it there to Sterling Shepard. And that'll bring up a 4th down. On 4th down, the Giants call on Brad Wing to punt it away. Back deep for the Seahawks, the all-pro returner from 2015, Tyler Lockett. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. Not good at all. Punt of just 24 yards there. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. And out now comes Russell Wilson in Seattle, fresh off their win over Philadelphia in Week 11. Everybody was talking about the receiving touchdown that Russell Wilson had. He also threw one as well, 272 yards.
So just in case you were wondering if he was healthy again, that receiving touchdown sealed it, right? When he pitched it and went out the backside, they threw the ball to, I think, Doug Baldwin, hit him with a touchdown pass. Earlier this year, because of his ankles, he was actually playing with tape over his shoes and over his ankles. That's no longer there, and Russell Wilson is cutting it loose. Dance class, anyone? Did you see the steps between the quarterback and the running back?
That's what you need for a good counter.
You have to have it because you're setting up your blocking. There's a timing element as well, but they have to marry up their steps. Otherwise, that timing gets thrown out the window.
Timing was great there and a big run. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And this is caught at the 8. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal. And Baldwin was over 100 yards receiving, but we mentioned it earlier, the play that people were talking about, his touchdown pass to his quarterback, Russell Wilson.
And it's not just the people talking about it. I will guarantee Doug Baldwin is talking about it. He's going to walk into the offensive team room this week. He's going to walk into the quarterback room this week and say, you know something? Maybe this is where I should be. He's going to have a lot of fun with this one.
Big help in their win over the Eagles. Jimmy Graham, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. And this offense often hinges on one of the best tight ends in the league, and that's Jimmy Graham.
I think he made up for lost time when he got to the NFL because in college, he was mainly a basketball player, a defender who couldn't score. Now he's flipped it around in the NFL. Every time he touches the ball, he's a threat to score.
Now Wilson on 2nd down. That is caught at the 7-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. An extra defensive back on the field here for 3rd and goal. On 3rd and goal, Wilson. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a 1st down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
And Hauschka's kick is good. And the Seahawks grab a 3-0 lead. So the folks here in the stands this afternoon, they're happy about that one. Their guys get the early advantage after the opening drive field goal.
And they should be happy. Their guys look good getting down the field, and that's got to give them hope that good things are in store here today.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So here come the Giants again on offense. You know, earlier we were talking about the windy conditions in Week 11 and how that affected Eli Manning in a positive way because he knew the elements. Is that really a storyline, or does that get blown out of proportion?
I think a lot of times it's actually underrated because people understand their stadiums very well. They work out in them.
Dashing through the snow. And he is down deep into Seattle territory. Manning to Beckham, a big play there. 62 yards. So they're operating in the red zone. So Manning to Beckham in this defense, they better hone in on that connection.
It's almost like an electrical charge for him, isn't it? When he catches the first one, I'm talking about OBJ, he just goes to the huddle and says more, more, more. And really, he's just one of those guys that once he gets going, look out.
Rashad Jennings, 85 yards and a touchdown against Chicago. Also, he chipped in 44 yards receiving.
And weren't we recently talking about the potential of the Giants using more runners to try and aid Rashad Jennings? I think Paul Perkins' talk was really bubbling up. I think Rashad Jennings heard that. He wants to step that aside. He wants to be the lead ball carrier for the Giants. If he continues to play as he did this past Sunday, he will be.
And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
And frankly, Brandon, we're talking about things I'm not sure we ever thought we'd talk about in the NFL, and a lot of that is the speed at the linebacker position. A lot of these guys in college, they were safeties. They moved them up to outside linebacker to combat the spread offenses, and now we're seeing it in the NFL. Those same guys using their speed to make plays in the backfield, similar to that one.
He's got Cruz complete, and he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Victor Cruz, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Giants are going to take a first-quarter lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Now Brown, after the made field goal, gets set for the kickoff. Fairly short kick, taken at the 14 here. Oh, he pulls over it. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And out now come the Seahawks. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But you also have to remember, they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done. When offenses dial up big shots downfield, they're not always for the guys out wide. Sometimes they want to go to their big target, deep downfield, and the defense breathes a sigh of relief. 50-50 balls, not easy to get away from the big targets.
Pressure from his line, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Well, it was second long. Now it's third and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. And 5 in the secondary now for the Giants on third down. Third and long. It's Wilson. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Giants touchdown. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Brown on now for the extra point. Well, these may be an adventure this afternoon, but this one is good. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. Fairly short kick, taken at the 14 here. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Looking for Baldwin, intercepted. Picked off by Janoris Jenkins. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.